Another freak show boxing event? What? I don't know, man, but I can't wait. Freak show boxing or not, I love it. We're talking about the Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight. I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of Irza versus Mustafa Sports Talk. And of course, we're going to be discussing the upcoming Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight. A lot of people, I guess, aren't happy that it's happening. I've been hearing the term freak show boxing a lot. But hey, a lot of people are looking forward to it. And I'm one of those people. I can't wait to see that matchup. That's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited as well. But it's funny that the Vegas odds and stuff are favoring what's the name again? Jake Paul. They think Jake Paul's gonna win, which is surprising because Tyron Woodley's a UFC champion and he defended his belt like 4 or 5 times too. He's actually a Hall of Famer, one of the best welterweight champions of all time, and he's not completely out of his prime. He's not. He just fought, so he's not like he's been off for 5 years. You know, he's not the same Tyron Woodley that he used to be, but like, I would think they would favor Tyron Woodley to win. But the thing is with Jake Paul, he's never had a close fight. Even though he hasn't fought the best competition, he's never had a close fight. But shout out to him taking big chances, taking big fights. He's not shying away from big challenges. And to give my prediction on who's gonna win, first I'll let my brother give his prediction.
You know what's surprising? I don't know if it's the fact that he knocked out Ben Askren for me, although Ben Askren is garbage and striking. I don't know. I agree with the Vegas odd makers. I think, so then I guess that's my prediction. You know, I'm going to say I think the odds should favor Jake Paul, and I honestly believe that Jake Paul is going to win. And the reason why I'm saying that is not. See, he's been training boxing only now for quite a bit of time. Has some experience fighting a professional fighter, although be it Ben Askren. But still, he has a lot more money than Tyron Woodley. His training camps could be a lot better. His training partners could be a lot better. He's only focusing on boxing. I think all those things put together, with the little bit of experience that he has now, I think he beats an old Tyron Woodley. I don't think Tyron Woodley's chin is as strong as it used to be. And I think if Jake can connect, he can knock him out.
Man, you just threw me a curveball there. That's a humdinger. How are you gonna say someone that's not like I guess he's a professional fighter. How are you gonna say someone with that little experience is gonna be one of the greatest of all time? Now, the only like backing you can put like that actually makes sense for Jake Paul to win is that Tyron Woodley is more of a mixed martial arts. Like, he's been training his whole life mixed martial arts. And mixed martial arts does not prepare you for boxing in the sense that, because their defense, even though they strike, their defense is different. Because the gloves are different. The defense in boxing is different. The attacking in boxing is different. So, I know people say, like, at least they do striking, but their striking is different the way they learn it. It's not specifically that thing. And the only other thing you could say is Tyron Woodley is not actually like known for his striking. He's known more for his wrestling. Even though lately he's been knocking out people, but he's still a wrestler. But even though all being said, I still do think Tyron Woodley is going to win. And I think Tyron Woodley is going to win within 2 rounds.
Lately knocking people out? Lately he's been getting knocked out. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Look, he's not the best striker, but yes, definitely he has power. He might be a decent striker or even a good striker for MMA. But a lot of his striking, like you said, is, well, you never said this, but it is due to his wrestling. People are afraid to strike with him because his wrestling is so good and he's such a powerful guy himself. So if he connects, he can knock you out. But as we've seen Tyron of late, I don't think he holds the same power. And I don't think his chin holds up to it. I don't think he'll be able to take a punch from Jake Paul.
Even though Jake Paul is bigger, this is the thing that you don't understand. Jake Paul's been a lot bigger than everyone he's fought. So, of course, he's going to have the power advantage. He's still bigger than Tyron because I think they're doing the fight. The last fight I think Jake Paul did at was like 190 or something. 180 maybe. Can't remember. But and Tyron usually fights at 170. But at least it's a decent matchup. Like, that's how it was with Ben Askren too. He made Ben Askren move up in weight. But Ben Askren is like, he can't strike at all. So, and Tyron's like a bigger athlete. So that's the only thing that I don't think Jake Paul can knock him out. If he does, all respect to Jake Paul, I can't doubt him again then. I won't even doubt him if he fights any MMA fighter then. I won't doubt Jake Paul if he fights any MMA fighter. I'll only doubt him because I heard Jake Paul's list. Did you see his list?
Yeah, I think so.
And listen,
I don't remember who's on the list, but
he thinks he could be Canelo Alvarez. Now that's where he's tripping.
yeah.
And ain't no one beating Canelo Alvarez. No one in boxing is beating Canelo Alvarez. The greatest pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now in boxing, in my opinion, is Canelo Alvarez. Maybe Tyson Fury, but I gotta say skill. I really like Canelo Alvarez dodging, movement, skill, offense. He's got it all.
Crawford's up there.
Yeah, but Bud Crawford didn't fight no one. Like people, he's saying that people don't accept his fights, but he's not fighting no great competition.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's fighting great competition, but lately he hasn't fought. And Canelo Alvarez fighting like every 4 or 5 months. He's been fighting, and he's just knocking everyone out. So I don't think Jake Paul has any chance against Canelo Alvarez, and I'm pretty sure no one thinks he has a chance against Canelo Alvarez. But yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. We'll see what happens. Jake Paul, if he pulls this off, it'll be I think a huge upset. But I gotta give him all the respect for even taking this fight, because a lot of people won't take this fight. A lot of people are all about talking, but they don't back it up with any action. At least he's backing it up and taking challenges and actually pursuing his career and trying to be the best. So you can't knock him for that. And if he pulls it off, then Tyron really needs to quit. Call it a career. Stick to your rap music, even though that's garbage as well. But I don't know what he can go back to.
Look, man, if he loses, of course he's done. His MMA career is already over. But, shout out to Tyron Woodley too, man. A lot of people in his position might not take the fight.
Of course they'll take the
fight.
fight.
They'll take the fight. It's the money fight. I'm just saying that. But hey, listen. I don't know if Tyron can beat him. You're saying the opposite.
I'm saying Tyron will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Jake Paul's easily going to beat him, in my opinion. But, only time will tell. But if Tyron loses, that's the end of his fighting career. If Jake Paul wins, I would love to see Jake Paul fight Anderson Silva. I think that's the next big boxing fight to make.
Jake Paul cannot be Anderson Silva.
Yeah, but that's the next big one.
Anderson Silva is bigger than him.
Who cares?
Jake Paul can only be, in my opinion, be people that are smaller than him. Like, he wants to fight Conor McGregor, right? Conor McGregor is 155 in the UFC. Fights at 155 pounds. This guy weighs in at like 190 for his last fight. It's too much a weight difference. Like middleweight versus lightweight. Doesn't make any sense. Now, Anderson's bigger than him. And Anderson's a way better striker than Tyron. So, and Anderson just beat a professional boxer.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I would love to see the fight. I'm not saying he can beat Anderson, but at the same time, I think if he beats Tyron Woodley, I give him the respect. If he can, after Tyron Woodley, take on Anderson Silva, because I know Anderson would love to take that fight. It's a great money fight for him. It's probably the best fight out there for him. And for Jake Paul, it's one of the best fights out there as well. He's fighting an older guy, a guy that everyone respects, a guy that's widely known as possibly the greatest MMA fighter of all time, and known strictly for his striking, who just beat a professional boxer. So, he's got everything going for him. If Jake Paul can beat Tyron Woodley, and then in my opinion, I think the next fight for him is Anderson Silva. And if he can beat Anderson Silva, I think he should start moving on to boxers.
I think if I think even if he the only advantage he has over Anderson Silva is the age. Like, Anderson's old. But I think he needs to, if he beats Tyron, just move on to boxers. But why?
Move on to Anderson. He's more famous than any boxer.
Oh, not Canelo Alvarez.
Any boxer that's actually going to be willing to fight him. Manny Pacquiao's not going to fight him. Floyd's not going to fight him. Canelo Alvarez is not going to fight him. Anderson Silva.
Floyd will fight. Floyd will fight anyone for money.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to get any money to fight Floyd.
Well, he got like 100 million. Floyd got to fight his brother.
No one's going to watch it anymore. It's done. He already beat his brother.
He barely beat his brother. And his brother can't box at all. If he fights like that, Jake Paul is knocking out Floyd. I wouldn't be shocked if Jake Paul knocks out Floyd. It's like a 60-pound difference. If his brother can put up an 8-round fight with Floyd, then this guy's knocking out Floyd, or he's winning a decision. And his brother even won some rounds, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Whatever, they're doing the thing. Shout out to both of them. They're taking challenges. Shout out to Tyron too. But come on, Tyron, do it for the MMA community. But I don't mind if Jake Paul wins either. Actually, I don't care. But like, and also one last thing, Triller needs to. Is this fight on Triller? I believe this fight's on Triller. Or it might be on Showtime, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if this fight's on Triller.
Okay, then I'll leave that alone. But Triller last time was a disappointment. There was no professionalism in there. They were just doing their own thing. They're ruining the fights, in my opinion. The commentary needs to be much better if it's on Triller. I should have done the homework before, but it's either on Triller or Showtime, I believe.
Yeah, Triller, the announcing definitely, that's just garbage. But, you know, I don't know what this fight's on. Hopefully it's on Showtime. But anyways, we're looking forward to this fight. I hope you guys are looking forward to this fight as well. I'm going for Jake Paul. Hopefully he wins. I'd love to see more future matches like this with ex-MMA fighters, with maybe boxers, but only the future will tell. That's it for our episode today. As always, this has been Sports Talk by Two Canucks Up North, eh?